So far on my YouTube channel, my most successful videos are my weekly injury report videos, and my NFL Week 1 injuries also surpassed 1,000 views. So I'm going to be making these videos every week for you guys. So today I'm going to have the NFL Week 8 injury report. What's up everybody, it's AC Analysis, and like I said in the intro, today I'm going to be bringing you guys my NFL Week 8 injury report video. And I make one of these videos every week, so if you guys want to check out the previous one, I will have it on the top right of the screen. But before we get started, if you guys enjoy consistent football content, remember, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs now, and every sub helps. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. Actually, before I start the video, it's time for the shout out of the video. And what that is every single video, if you guys comment down below, you have a chance to get your YouTube channel shouted out. And we can help all of our channels grow together. And the shout out for this video is to Red R4. He makes a bunch of NFL content, and you guys should really check him out. And with that being said, let's actually get into the video. The first injury I'm going to talk about is a not so serious injury to a very important player. And that is to the Falcons superstar wide receiver Calvin Ridley. And in the Falcons win against the Panthers, Calvin Ridley had a foot injury in the second quarter and did not return. The injury does not seem to be too serious, since some reports have come out that he will play Sunday's game. So that is good for him, and he has been having the best season of his career. He has had, in each of his first two seasons, he averaged about 900 yards a season. But this season in 2020, he already has 700, averaging about 100 receiving yards a game and a touchdown. Really just making a big difference, even though the Falcons are still losing. So Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones made a real two-headed monster. And even though Calvin Ridley went out, the Falcons were still able to win, and Calvin Ridley will be back. I just wanted to talk about this injury because it is to a very serious player, and his performance might be hindered for the next few weeks. The next injury is another not-so-serious injury, so I'm just going to very quickly go over it. And that is to the Rams starting running back Darrell Henderson. And in their abysmal loss to the Dolphins, he had a thigh injury and did not come back for the rest of the game. The injury is not too serious, and since the Rams are going into a Week 9 bye, he's expected to come back for Week 10. But Henderson has had a good season this year, averaging about 60 rushing yards a game and getting the job done. Nothing spectacular, but getting the job done. And the Rams have some solid backup running backs, so expect his performance to be hindered, and if you have him in fantasy, you might not want to start him. The next injury on our list will be to the Detroit Lions star wide receiver Kenny Golladay. And Kenny Golladay actually missed the first 2 weeks of the season with a hamstring injury, but came back and played really well. But then in the Lions' loss to the Colts, Kenny Golladay in the first quarter had a hip injury and did not return. This is unfortunate because when he played very well. In 4 games of playing, he had 350 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. So he was getting the ball, and he was playing like a proper number 1 receiver for Matthew Stafford. But now that he's injured and out, that will cause Marvin Jones and TJ Hawkinson to become the main number 1 pass catchers for Matthew Stafford. He's only going to be able to miss Week 9. He's expected to come back for Week 10, but he will miss the Week 9 matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. That's only from the information that I have now. He might have to miss more time. We don't know yet. The next injury I'm going to talk about is a very big one, and that is to the star left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, Ronnie Stanley. And in the Baltimore Ravens' loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ronnie Stanley had an ankle injury and is now expected to miss the rest of the season. And this sucks because he just signed a 5-year, $120 million contract, with $70 million of it guaranteed, making him the highest paid offensive tackle, I believe, in history. So now he just lost a ton of money off of his contract, but more than that, Lamar Jackson lost his main protector, the guy who would protect him. And knowing the fact that Lamar hasn't had the best season and the team is very run-reliant, the team relies on Ronnie Stanley to really help Lamar run, this will affect the team. And Ronnie Stanley, probably being the best left tackle in the league, being out for the whole season really does suck for the Ravens, so this will hurt the team quite a bit. The injuries just won't stop for the San Francisco 49ers. In the 49ers' loss to the Seahawks, Jimmy Garoppolo had an ankle injury and did not return for the rest of the game, and this was also very early in the game. But it's not like Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing good. In the past 3 games, Jimmy Garoppolo has not been able to finish 2 of them. That was in their win against the Rams and their loss against the Seahawks. So the 49ers have still been able to play well, even when Jimmy G was playing bad, because honestly, statistically, he's not even having a good season. And the game against the Patriots where he had 277 yards, that game specifically, all the yards that he got were from tosses and flips. He didn't even throw the ball. And then he also threw 2 interceptions. So Garoppolo at the end of the day is not playing good, and he's going to be out for 6 weeks, which is going to put Nick Mullins in there as their starter. And like I said already, I don't know how the 49ers are still playing well. Their season is practically over. And if this is not just icing on the cake for the 49ers, the final injury I'm going to talk about is the injury to their star tight end George Kittle. And in their loss to the Seahawks, George Kittle was catching a ball from Nick Mullins, and then he caught the ball for 25 yards, then he limped off the field, and he's expected to miss 8 weeks with the fracture in his foot. 8 weeks, so George Kittle is going to be back on week 17, when practically their entire season is over. This is absolutely horrible. The luck for the 49ers can't get any better. I believe they have 20 players on IR right now. This is probably the most unlucky season I've ever seen for a team and the worst injury bug. Kittle being out is really bad since he's not just the best player on the team, he is kind of the soul of the team. Him being out will affect the team, and like I said with Jimmy Garoppolo, their season is over. With that being said, that's all for this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about the biggest injuries in Week 8 of the NFL season. And before the video ends, if you guys enjoy consistent football content, remember, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs now, and every sub helps. And if you guys want a shout out in the next video, comment down below for a chance to get your channel shouted out. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.